What's going on, guys? I'm that clone guy E. Actually, I'm that sync god of Layton, and this is Simply Put Sense. And on this channel, as you already know, we talk about some of the best and worst fragrances on the market today. My goal is to help you smell amazing but never ordinary. I'm not like all these other influencers, you know who they are, who just try to sell you the same old that they got permission to like. My taste is on point, guys. I tell you things you need to know about, not things that help me. You know what I mean? I put you guys first. So thank you so much for checking out this video. This is going to be a really exciting video, guys, because as you all know, I am the fragrance ambassador of Bergdorf Goodman. I am so blessed. I am never working. Never working. Anyway, I want to thank you all for being here. And today's video, we're going to be discussing some sick releases that were just launched at BG. There are so many amazing new releases that are coming through the pipeline. And the thing I noticed is like, I gotta tell you all, I was feeling a little bit jaded. I was feeling like, damn, this fragrance game, it's getting kind of redundant. Brands are not even trying. They're just phoning it in, making basic, money grab releases. And I have to say, this year, 2024, has been an amazing revelation for me because my love for perfume has been restored. My confidence has been restored. Yes, there have been some want releases over the last few months, but I have to tell you, 2024 is like almost a renaissance of perfume. So many people are becoming more, and they're joining our community every day by the hundreds all over the world, probably by the thousands. People are opening their eyes to the world of perfume and realizing that scent is an amazing way to express yourself and your personality. So guys, without further ado, I want to get right into it because I don't have much time left. I'm starting this video kind of late, and I'm sorry about that. Usually I try to do an hour, but we're going to try to keep it in a half-hour world, and I don't know how I'm going to do that because I'm talking about all these damn fragrances, but we're going to do our best and make it through and figure it out as we go. So thank you all for checking out this video. As I mentioned, if you're not subscribed to Simply Put Sense, do yourself a favor, join a channel that actually does work to find fragrances that will make you smell insane and never like everyone in the room. Definitely check out this channel if you're not familiar. You'll appreciate it, trust me. So anyway, guys, we're gonna get right into it. Now, I have 10 awesome new fragrance releases that have been in Bergdorf, that have been launched in Bergdorf Goodman over the last couple of months, and recently over the last couple of weeks. And some of these are not even out yet, but we're gonna just knock it out anyhow. And so I am so excited. I want to get into it. I don't even know where to start because honestly, this is not a top 10 because each and every one of these perfumes, in my opinion, could be number one. I'm dead serious. Like every single one of these perfumes could be a number one on any list for the fall or whatever, but we're not doing a fall season. We're not doing a seasonal list. Again, this is the best perfumes launched at Bergdorf Goodman, in my opinion. And guys, this ain't even all of them. I have to tell you, there's so many more new fragrances launching over the next few weeks that honestly, this is a part A, I would say, in this series. Without no further ado, but by the way, guys, please, you're gonna be so yeah, we're gonna feature fragrances you're not gonna see anywhere else on any other channel. So let's just get into them. First of all, I'm gonna talk about what I've already spoken about. One of my favorite new releases at Bergdorf Goodman, Délices de Bois by Veronique by, whoa, is this major. One of the best fake fragrances on the market. If you're someone who loves Filosicos but find it too light, if you're someone who loves the Essenderga's Debaser but finds it too woody, if you're someone who wants that perfect everyday fragrance that smells very pretty, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not someone who prefers to smell pretty, but this fragrance, I'm gonna make an exception for it because when I wear this, I get so many positive reactions. When I wear this, I just love it. If I had to go through a lockdown again, this would be the fragrance I probably would wear every single day because when I wear it, I feel happy. I can't lie. When I wear this, I just feel good about life. I feel good about the day. I'm like, let's go. Whatever is coming, I'm gonna handle it. I'm gonna knock it out. This fragrance is just joy in a bottle. Jasmine, fig, sandalwood, and patchouli. You don't notice the patchouli, but it does add depth to the fragrance. An insane experience from one of the most unsung brands in the fragrance world that people need to know about but don't, and that's wild to me. Veronique Gabay's Délices de Bois, one of the best green, fresh jasmine fig scents you've ever smelled. The creaminess of the sandalwood makes this perfume very, 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 very lovable. Every time I wear it, someone asks me what I'm wearing, and I always love to tell them. So, Délices de Bois, the first fragrance I'm talking about that got released recently at BG. This came out literally a couple of weeks ago, and I am absolutely blown away by it. And I sold it out. I sold it out twice since they've been in the store. This fragrance is next level. One of the best figs in the world. Love it. So, Délices de Bois by Veronique Gabay. Let me show you quickly what people, I'll give you a quick little, I want to share my screen so you could see, well, what other people think. I think this fragrance is amazing. What's going on, Ricardo? Good to see you always, brother. Thank you so much for joining. So yeah, Veronique Gabay, #1 of all these amazing fragrances. Again, the next fragrance I want to talk to you all about. This fragrance is from the house of Van Cleef & Arpels. And Van Cleef & Arpels, in my opinion, is one of the, well, actually, I didn't even share my screen with you. Sorry about that. Délices de Bois, real quick, came out in 2024 by Veronique Gabay. Fresh, the top notes, Italian lemon, neroli, petit grain. Heart notes, fig, jasmine, sage. Base notes, Australian sandalwood, dreamwood, musk, Virginia cedarwood. So they don't even mention the patchouli in this, and there definitely is patchouli in this. Interesting fragrance. Has excellent performance for a fig scent. Also, guys, this scent stays on my skin for at least 7 hours. It does not go away. So an excellent fig that sticks with you. I could even wear this in cold weather because of that performance. It is beautiful. Perfect day fragrance any time of year, in my opinion. Especially if you want that feeling of like joy. That's all I can say. It's joy in a bottle, guys. Anyway, the next fragrance I wanted to talk to you all about is from the brand Van Cleef & Arpels, and that is Encens Précieux. Encens Précieux. An amazing experience of incense. Now, what makes this so interesting, this kind of reminds me of fragrances like Andy Towers, I think it's Bois Americain, Moroccan Woods. Yeah, I think it is. So anyway, an excellent experience of incense and vanilla. It's smoky. It's got a ton of frankincense. It's got a lot of vanilla. And one of the reasons why I love this fragrance so much is because it kind of reminds me of a very beautiful, warm, modern take on incense. Because sometimes when I smell incense fragrances, it's very churchy. And I don't mind a churchy incense like Côte Maquis by L'Objet or Avignon by Comme des Garçons. Those are insane fragrances. But Encens Précieux doesn't give off church vibes. There's a ton of frankincense, pepper, leather, myrrh, amber, tobacco, and vanilla. But the tobacco and the vanilla in this incense scent makes this fragrance special. It is an amazingly well done, very attractive, very sexy myrrh, tobacco, vanilla, frankincense perfume. It's well done, well crafted. Longevity is excellent without overwhelming people in the room. The perfect fragrance for the weather we're going into. Encens Précieux smells just like a very, very warm, huggable incense. So it's nothing too aggressive, too abrasive. It's just very creamy, very, again, huggable, a very lovable perfume. If you're not a fan of incense, this might be the incense that changes your mind. I just find this fragrance to be insane. They killed this. Van Cleef & Arpels, one of the most underrated houses on the planet. I don't understand how they're not more talked about. I don't understand how they're not Instagram and TikTok famous, but Van Cleef and Arpels perfumes are very low key. And honestly, if you know, you know. They're one of the best designer brands in the world. Most people don't have access to them, and that's why most people don't talk about them. But they're insane. Bois d'Amande, Bois Doré, and this. These are options you must try if you ever get an opportunity to smell Van Cleef in stores. Sick fragrance. Next up, we have from the and I'll share with you real fast what this has in it. Again, woof, is it amazing? Is it well done? Incense Pressure. Let's show you what it looks like. Okay. Ah, yes, Le du Désert Marocain. Thank you. That's what it reminds me of. It's in that family of incensey vanillas. What's going on, Cheryl? How you doing, Jason? Oh, you like the view? Yeah, okay. This is that time of year where it gets darker earlier, so you could actually see outside on Fifth Avenue right there. That's Central Park, and that's where all the rich, bougie people live, all up and down that street, Fifth Avenue. Anyway, hope you're all blessed. Nice to see you again, Cheryl. As always, thank you so much, Jason, for coming through. I really appreciate you. All right, guys. So next down the line, oh yeah. So wanted to show you what's in Encens Pressure and what Parfumo thinks about it. And I really respect Parfumo. To me, Parfumo is one of the best resources for fragrance lovers in the world. Encens Pressure, 7.4 out of 10. I definitely disagree. I definitely think it's above average. So 7.7, I think it's 7.5 and above, close to 8 personally. But again, here you go. Again, longevity and sillage are excellent. And a lot of times I find that French houses like Van Cleef and Arpels, they like to make their fragrances more refined and not as loud. So this is not a shrinking violet perfume. This perfume is letting it be known that you're in the room. So definitely get your nose on Encens Pressure. Pressure. It is amazing. Next is a designer fragrance, an amazing designer perfume. And just when I thought designer fragrances were crap and not worthy of your attention and time, then Hermes came out with this. Guys, Barania. Barania by the brand Hermes. Now, Hermes created this line, this fragrance, to match their cuff that goes for way too much money that I don't own. But yeah, their fragrance is next level. This does remind me of a discontinued perfume that I smelled, that I bought over a decade ago. And the fragrance is called, it's an Angel Schlesser perfume, and it's called Oriental Dream. And that fragrance was discontinued when I bought it. I literally was one of the last people to get that perfume on the market when it was available. And because they only had 6 bottles left when I bought one. And that was the last source the source that I purchased it from was the last place you can get it. Anyway, hadn't smelled anything like it until now. Barania smells a lot like Oriental Dream by Angel Schlesser, which was a very deep, fruity, ambery fragrance that's very unique. Barania reminds me of that. There is Akigala wood in this fragrance, miracle berry, oak wood, white ginger lily, and bergamot. When you first spray it, it smells like a berryful citrus experience. Then there's like some almost like a shaving cream accord smell to go along with those berries that kind of lends into a leathery scent. There is no leather in this perfume according to Parfumo, but is this an amazing experience that men and women can equally wear and love? Yes. Is it a very unique experience in the world of designer perfumery? Absolutely. Does it smell a lot more expensive than it costs? Yes. Does it smell niche? Yes. This is not your basic designer perfume. This is beautiful. This is artistic. This is Hermes. And that's one of the reasons why I love Hermes fragrances. If you want perfumes that never come across like a trendy scent, that will never allow you to smell like something that Zara could have made, definitely consider Hermes. Hermes is the brand of brands in the designer world. To me, Van Cleef, Guerlain, Hermes, Comme des Garçons, those brands to me are the best of the best in the designer world, and they definitely deserve more love. Barenia, sick fragrance. Let me just share with you the ratings on this fragrance. It's a 7.7 out of 10 with 76 votes. This fragrance came out again just a few weeks ago by Christine Nagel. It has amazing ingredients. The longevity is excellent. So overall, this is a woody floral, and the longevity and the scent is beautiful, very unique, not your phone at home type of basic fragrance. This is just a really excellently made, well considered, well thought out experience, and it is wonderful. One of my favorite new releases from a designer brand. You cannot go wrong with Barenia. Men and women could wear it. Definitely will appeal to more women than men. Love this fragrance. Next on the list, we getting through them. I don't even want to say my best for last. I'm gonna go straight into it. My favorite gourmand right now, Lust by the amazing brand Chris Collins. Chris Collins, what the hell are you doing, brother? This right here, this is insane. So Lust by Chris Collins is the best gourmand perfume in Bergdorf right now. You cannot find a better gourmand in my opinion. Why do I feel this way? It is sick chocolate, dark chocolate. It is sick coffee, insanely done. The thing I also love about Lust, the longevity of this fragrance is amazing. On my skin, it doesn't overwhelm the room, but I notice it for hours. I love the hazelnut. I love the walnut. I love that benzoin vibe. There's definitely a leather component in this fragrance. It also has orris concrete, Australian sandalwood, musk, and oud. Very, very minimal oud in this fragrance. In my opinion, I don't get that dirtiness you find typically in oud, especially from Asafi. Asafi ouds are typically a lot dirtier. But the oud in this fragrance, if there is a small animalic quality to this dark chocolatey experience here, but it don't remind me of oud. Like I don't get dirty oud from this fragrance, but man, is this a really sick gourmand. A gourmand for adults, a gourmand for a man or a woman, but definitely leans in a way that a man can wear and feel so confident, so attractive in. If you're going out at night and you're looking for a warm, sexy, expensive smelling fragrance that should not be this inexpensive, get your nose on Lust by Chris Collins. It is one of the best chocolatey coffee fragrances I've ever smelled. I'm blown away that this fragrance is $225. I just can't believe that it's $225. There's no way it should be $225. This fragrance is, whoa, it is next level. When I tell y'all next level, there is no chocolate on this level. There isn't. I've smelled a bunch of them. Everybody's talking about everybody's talking about Bianca Latte and Blanche Bette, beautiful fragrances. I just would easily take this over both of them. Over both of them. It will allow me to smell way more expensive than those allow you to smell. This also is not as popular, not as overdone. This is that who are you in the room fragrance. Like where are they in the room? That's the type of fragrance this is. Because when you smell it in the air, you want to say to yourself, who's wearing that? Like, who's got that on? Because I want to know what it is. Lust by the amazing Chris Collins brand. This is one of the best releases of 2024 in my opinion. I cannot wait to kill this fragrance in the fall and winter. It is going to be on. So yeah, had to put you on the Lust. If you're not hearing about this fragrance, something is wrong. It is one of the best. You have to smell it. Like, if I had to say there's one fragrance you must try, that would be it. You must. If you love gourmands, you must. Okay, moving right along. And just let me show you real quick what Lust is doing on Parfumo. 9 out of 10 with 2 ratings. There needs to be more. See, that goes to show you how low key that fragrance is. Dark chocolate, hazelnut, walnut, benzoin, cypriol, orris concrete, sandalwood, musk, oud, asafi. Longevity is minimal basically average on this website, but on my skin, I get about 6 to 7 hours from it, which is perfectly suitable. And I love to layer this, like layer this with any Layer this with any fragrance that is oud, that's dirty, that you feel very challenging. If you're a person that has a challenging oud and you don't know when to wear it or how to wear it, layer it with this. You don't have to wait to leave the house. You're gonna smell insane. That's just what that is. Next, I'm not even gonna wait. I'm just throwing it right at you guys. Boom. Mojave Ghost. Absolute. Oh my God. Is this insane? I've been wearing this all day. I've been wearing this fragrance all day. Look at this vibe, all right? You got this cracked wood top, right? It is magnetic. When did Byredo do at magnetic? Nah, that's insane. Like magnetic, oh yeah, they do magnetic caps. What am I talking about? But magnetic, right? Huge bottle, yes sir. One of my favorite new releases in the store by far. This is Mojave Ghost Absolute de Parfum. If you're looking for, if you love Mojave Ghost, but you found it way too light, or you constantly have to respray it, even, you know, because it's worth the chore of constantly having to reapply. It's a beautiful fragrance. If you find that you love that perfume, if you ever tried this, this might take that fragrance out for you. Like if you love that fragrance, this might replace that perfume because this fragrance is better. Mojave Ghost to me, Absolute is better. It smells just like the original. Like when I tell you, it's, you know how like some brands when they make a flanker of a perfume, they try to flip it and make it something else so it's worth the price to pay for it again. Well, that's not Byredo's like mindset with this perfume. What they basically did was they made Mojave Ghost. This is literally Mojave Ghost. This is exactly the fragrance you know, exactly the fragrance you love, exactly the fragrance you'd recognize. However, it's done deeper, it's done thicker, it's fuller, it's way more intense, it's way better. I am blown away by Mojave Ghost Absolute, guys. I'm probably the first person to talk about it on the internet because no one even has the bottle, but we were able to get it ahead of time and I am into it and I'm wearing it all day and I've been wearing it and I'm gonna keep wearing it. You don't even need to spray that much. This is not the original, but I love it so much that I just wanna like explode into the room wearing it. This is what Mojave Ghost smells like when it's done loud and strong and proudly and boldly. And this is an amazingly boldly done Mojave Ghost. Does not smell weird, basic, like a money grab. This is brilliant. Brilliant perfumery to the utmost. I cannot begin to say anything else but that. I'm such a fan of this fragrance. I am shocked that it, first of all, lasts as long as it does. It actually projects also. Like if like 4 hours into my day of wearing this fragrance, I could step back and move into like the scent and I could smell it. Like, you know, when you step back, you can smell yourself sometimes. I could smell my fragrance of Mojave Ghost Absolute when I step back 4 hours into the wear. And that's when the original would have been probably a long gone skin scent. So whereas that fragrance is tapping out, the original, I mean, is tapping out. This fragrance is just literally tapping in and it's just continuing to go on and on and on. It is insanely beautiful. It might be limited, guys. So Mojave Ghost Absolute is likely going to be a limited edition fragrance that will not be available forever. But man, is it insane. I just love this fragrance and I wasn't into I liked the original, but I never bought it because of its performance. I just felt like I didn't want to just buy that fragrance to wear it for 3 hours, but I'm getting this. I'm getting this. This is already in the bag. I'm reserving a bottle. If you want me to reserve a bottle of this because we're only going to have a few in the initial shipment, please text me or let me know, DM me, leave a note, or you just reach out at simplyputscents@gmail.com and let me know you'd like a bottle and I'll definitely hold a bottle for you. It is next level. It's just going to be under 400 for the 100 ml, which in my opinion is a really good price because they could have gone above 400 with above 500 with this fragrance. They could have did Roja stuff and this would have went crazy. They could have sold this for 5 bills for 100 mil and they would have killed it. But they didn't do that. They went under 400. It's excellent. It's really beautiful. Very amazing scent. Mojave Ghost by Byredo. Absolutely an amazing absolute. Let's go. So Mojave Ghost, let me just let you know what's in that fragrance. The absolute perfume is not even released yet for most people. Again, Ambrette, which is a natural musk, violet, sandalwood. By the way, there's violet in this fragrance, but it does not smell like pickles or cucumbers. Sandalwood, magnolia, musk, amber, cedarwood, and vetiver are in this fragrance. Again, no one is talking about it because it's not even out yet. So you heard it here first. Mojave Ghost Absolute, a fragrance worth your time, worth your money. I'm gonna put it like that because it's definitely worth mine and I'm getting it. Looking forward to that one in my bag. Cannot wait. All right, guys, so we only have a couple more. There are a few more, but let's go. We're getting into it. The next one, Patchouli Paris by Guerlain. Patchouli Paris by Guerlain. I talked about this a couple of times. One of my favorite patchouli fragrances of the moment. It is just a very bougie French experience of patchouli. And what I love about this fragrance is how it's kind of on the fresher side for a patchouli scent. There's a ton of aldehydes. This is also kind of on the chocolatey vibe of patchouli. It almost smells like cacao along with patchouli in this perfume. Has excellent performance without being aggressive. Again, it's Guerlain, it's refined, it's bouginess without being tacky, without being over the top. And they did an excellent job. Mojave, excuse me, I see I got Mojave Ghost on the brain. Damn, that's how you know. But no, Patchouli Paris is, again, another excellent experience of patchouli, one of the best patchoulis in the store, so I had to bring this out again and discuss it. Again, Patchouli Paris, again, unlike other patchoulis, it's not as heavy. Again, there's a freshness. There's a ton of aldehydes in Patchouli Paris, and it is absolutely beautiful, long-lasting, clean, but with that edgy, earthy patchouli in the base. So, an insane experience. There's a little vanilla, of course, because what would a Guerlain fragrance be without vanilla? So that's what's in there. Also, you got musk, ambergris, iris, and aldehydes. Let me show you my screen. This fragrance has excellent ratings for a fragrance that just released, 8.2 out of 10, and I have to say I agree. This is definitely an 8 and above option. A patchouli that is just not over the top, not hippie vibes, not dirty backpack. It's not a patchouli that's trying to hide or cover up a stench. It's a patchouli that literally works beautifully with your skin chemistry and creates this very warm, chocolatey, French experience of patchouli that I think is just well made, well done, well crafted. Blended beautifully by the amazing Delphine Jelk, who is absolutely doing damage over there at Guerlain. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. One of my favorite patchoulis of the moment, Patchouli Paris by Guerlain. You cannot go wrong. If you're a patchouli fan, this is blind buy worthy, personally speaking. Don't listen to that. Make sure you're smelling them and getting your nose on them before you go forward. Next fragrance from my brand, from an amazing designer house that doesn't make designer perfumes. Dries Van Noten just came out with a new fragrance called Chamomile Satin, along with 3 other sick fragrances inspired by green notes and vanilla. Chamomile Satin, however, is one, if it's my favorite, it's my second favorite. I love another one called Vanille Camouflage. Vanille Camouflage is a very green vanilla, unlike any other vanilla in Bergdorf Goodman. It's the greenest vanilla I've ever smelled. It's called Vanilla Camouflage because the vanilla is literally being hidden. It's hiding. It's like in the bushes somewhere, you know? But this is in your face. This is like the vanilla in this fragrance is really beautiful. It has notes of chamomile, petitgrain, lavender, orange blossom, Turkish rose, so it's a dark, earthier rose, galbanum, musk, vanilla. You know what this also reminds me of? This kind of reminds me of Delphinus by Creed. I was kind of shocked by that when I smelled this because it literally smells exactly or very similar to it. Not exactly. Like they're not sisters or brothers, but they're definitely cousins or within a similar family of scent. And I absolutely find this to be a beautiful expression of vanilla, orange blossom, rose, and musk. It is very well made. It's very, very easy to love. Men and women can equally wear this, and I gotta tell you, the bottle is ridiculous. Look at this bottle. Like, what's going on with Dries? They're doing it up. This is a beautiful fragrance in a beautiful bottle, and it's all refillable. Huge fan of Dries Van Noten. The new fragrances are insane. I'm definitely going to do a video about them at some point. But I wanted to mention this because it is an amazing release from the house. Probably going to be their best seller of the 4 new fragrances from the brand. And man, is it beautiful. 100 mil, I think it's 340. Sick fragrance. Vanille Chamomile Satin by Dries Van Noten. Here's the ingredients. Again, chamomile, petit grain, lavender, orange blossom, Turkish rose, Gabardine musk, vanilla. Good ratings, in my opinion. It could definitely be an 8 and above. Performance is excellent also, definitely above average. A very wonderful fragrance that is easy to love, but there is a little bit of a quirkiness to it, so it's not expected. It definitely smells interesting and unique, and I would definitely consider it for the months going ahead. You could easily wear this through the spring. Actually, I think you could easily get away with wearing this fragrance all year because it's not aggressive and it could fit any weather condition, in my opinion. So, chamomile satin, and I don't even know what number am I. I don't even care. At the end of the day, I'm probably talking about more than 10 fragrances. Actually, that was the 7th, the 8th. Yeah, the 7th. Okay, and now I have 3 more options. These are going to be my 8, 9, and 10. So, number 8, Oud Ispahan Esprit de Parfum by Christian Dior. So, the amazing Francis Kurkdjian put his whole foot in this. Oud Ispahan, in his interpretation, is a lot less pedal forward and a lot more earthy. This is a fizzy scent. It reminds me of roses and oud and bubbles. You know, it's very effervescent, especially in the beginning, and then it turns into something totally different. Definitely has remnants, or it definitely reminds of the original Oud Ispahan, but this is a lot less dirty, even though there is a huge component of oud in this perfume. But it is nowhere, how are you? It is nowhere near as challenging as the original. And yet it still is a challenging perfume. So I think this is just blended very beautifully. Francis Kurkdjian is insane with what he does. He's one of the greatest of all time. And I think he really did an excellent job of reinterpreting Oud Ispahan. This fragrance is definitely worth the price. $4.95 for 100 mil. I would just say retire the original and just keep wearing this one. But some people might like the original because of that extra fecal vibe. This fragrance kind of like gets into that fecal world without going full on barn, you know? And I think that's why a lot of people will find this a beautiful, beautiful alternative to the original, an insane experience. Love this fragrance. So Oud Ispahan is absolutely insane. Let's get into what's in this perfume as well. So Oud Ispahan is getting a ton of love on Parfumo. 8.6 out of 10 with 17 ratings, with 17 votes. Oud Rose Clove Cumin. Cumin, very, very well done in this fragrance. I kind of hate cumin in perfumes typically, but in this fragrance, it is so acceptable and so worthy of your time and attention. Look at the longevity and sillage of this fragrance. That's crazy to me. I know I'm wearing, nah, I'm not gonna mix them because they're a little bit clashy, but Man, that is insane. Oud Ispahan's longevity is very, very, very noticeable, very beautiful. And it's one of my favorite fragrances from that new line. I love Rouge Trafalgar, but I don't know. I love Rouge Trafalgar. I just think I would prefer to focus on Oud Ispahan because to me, for the price, this is definitely a very unique experience that you can't find anywhere else outside of Dior. Whereas Rouge Trafalgar reminds me of Burberry for her, which is interesting because one of my clients, Tashera, she put me on, and then I went to Sephora today and I smelled Burberry for her, and I was like, oh no, that smells just like Rouge Trafalgar, but it's only $100 and a couple of dollars, you know. So it's like that kind of ruined Rouge Trafalgar a little bit for me, but I still find it to be an excellent fragrance, and especially the Esprit de Parfum 6 cent. Get your nose on that. Okay, guys, 2 more left. So the next scent that I wanted to talk to you all about, oh, this is crazy. So this is called Indian Leather by Memo Paris. Literally just dropped. Why am I showing this to you all? Because if you love oud when it's done dirty, if you love oud when it ain't your friend, when it's not everyone's best friend in the room, when it's not that easy Western stuff, if you want an oud that is a little bit, well, very challenging, but also with a little bit of refinement as well, I would definitely consider Memo Paris's Indian Leather. This kind of reminds me of Silver Oud by Amouage, and it's worth $200 less. It's $200 less expensive. But basically, this is a very leathery, patchouli forward, well, a very leathery oud. And it is absolutely beautiful. It features, well, does have Indonesian patchouli along with frankincense, oud, leather, styrax, jasmine, nargamatha, Turkish rose, and vanilla. Just beautiful. I guess you could say this is silver oud without needing patience. Because silver oud, I like to wear it before I leave the house. Indian oud, I could spray as I'm walking out the door, you know, and I don't feel like it's too dirty. But this is not as dirty as silver oud, but definitely a beautifully done patchouli oud experience that must be experienced. It's not going to be amongst their best sellers because oud is a very challenging note. But if you get it, if you're a fan of patchouli, if you like patchouli, if you like oud, you will like this. Indian oud is beautiful, very long lasting, very distinctive. Again, there's only one other oud fragrance that reminds me of this. And again, the reason this is different, tons more patchouli than that, not as stinky or dirty as that. So, and not as expensive, $200 less expensive, 100 mil. You can, well, excuse me, 90 mil, 75 mil, sorry. You cannot go wrong if you're a fan of oud and leather and patchouli. Definitely get your nose on Indian Leather by Memo Paris because it is no game. And guys, finally, last but not least, these two. I couldn't choose one because I love both. And I actually could have brought 3 bottles up here, but I chose to leave the other one downstairs because I'm gonna do a whole breakdown on this entire collection. But I gotta talk to you all about this brand. This is Balmain. Balmain, excuse me. Balmain. They are awesome. Balmain finally came out with a line of fragrances. They haven't come out with a perfume since 2008. That was called Ambergris. You cannot find that perfume under $300 in existence at this moment. And I remember when you could buy it for $35. Now it's like $300 plus. Now with Balmain back in vogue in the fragrance world, they came out with a line of 7 fragrances. And all of them are very interesting. None of them are commercial, easy. They're all spicy, incense forward, particular. They're not for basic taste. They're not your entry level into the niche world. And I kind of was shocked by that. I was expecting them to have, I was expecting them to be in the world of BDK, Mind Games, Parfum de Marly, something that is very well made with good quality ingredients, but very commercial and easy to like and wear. None of these fragrances are what I would describe as easy. They're all very interesting, quirky, with their own personality, and they're bold. Very well made, very well done. Some of them kind of remind me of something Tom Ford would have done when they first launched their brand. Not this version of Tom Ford though, but love these two. One is called Bronze, the other is called Eben. I think they're both very excellent perfumes. I think they're both very excellent perfumes, and they don't smell like other fragrances on the market. Very sexy, perfect for dates. Let me share with you what's in Bronze. So when I smell Bronze, I feel like Bronze, oh man, I feel like Bronze is probably the more gourmand, even though there isn't any gourmandy things going on, but there's a ton of tobacco in this perfume. Black pepper, cedar, hay, jasmine, patchouli, black and tobacco are the ingredients of Bronze. It is a really, really beautiful, smoky, woody experience with a lovely, lovely tobacco note. The tobacco in this fragrance is very realistic. I love it. This is another fragrance also with patchouli. The patchouli in this perfume isn't disgusting. You're gonna absolutely find it sexy. It's sexy. It's night out forward. It's the type of fragrance you'd wear when you want to make an amazing impression on a room full of people with basic taste. Because this will definitely make an impression on the room. If you've never smelled Eben, which you probably haven't because no one has because it just launched in Bergdorf literally the other day. But I just find this fragrance to be next level. Eben is kind of in the same family. It's tobacco-ish. It's incensey. This one has frankincense, myrrh, geranium, ebony wood, cedar, and tobacco. The difference between Eben and Bronze, Eben is a lot more smoky, and Bronze is a lot more earthy. Yeah, this is just, they're both, oof, they're both so beautiful. Eben was inspired by Olivier Rousteing, the creative director of Balmain. He basically found out, he discovered that he did his genealogy results, and he thought he was going to be a biracial mixed guy, and he learned that he is 100%, his DNA is from Africa. And that shocked him. And he wanted to do a perfume that celebrated Africa and his discovery of who he is and his identity. And this was the result of that experience. Eben is probably the most connected to Eben is probably the most connected to the owner and creative, excuse me. Eben is probably the most connected to the creative director, Olivier, and I definitely love the way it smells. You could tell a lot of thought was put into it. It is a very sexy perfume. I think Eben is slept on, a hidden gem in the collection. A lot of people are into Carbon and Rouge. I feel like Eben and Bronze are sick. Insane experiences. If you love dark fragrances built for cold weather, get your nose on these two. Get to Bergdorf or Neiman's, smell them. You will absolutely find them interesting. You might not like them. They're very, very polarizing, which are the type of fragrances that I'm finding more and more attractive. I'd rather you hate my fragrance than think it's okay. Personally, I'd rather you love my perfume or hate my perfume, but indifference is boring. That basically means I didn't have an impact. That's boring. I want you to love it or hate it. But dichotomy is better than apathy and indifference. You know, just like, it's okay. Like, that's an insult to me. I'd rather you say I hate it than say it's okay. You know what I mean? So I love these two. They're beautiful, very, very, very distinctive fragrances that will not smell like other perfumes in your collection. Try them, smell them, get them on skin. They are next level. Boom and boom. Bronze, Eben, sick. If you love Tom Ford, you will like these. If you like Tom Ford, back when Tom Ford was what we all know as Tom Ford, you know what I mean. Get your nose on these. They're insane. So anyway, guys, those were my favorite new releases at Bergdorf Goodman over the last few weeks. And I am absolutely blown away by what I've been smelling lately. By the way, okay, let's just chat. Let's just see what you guys have been talking about in the chats. So, so guys, there we go. Camera source. Okay. You know what? I wanted to, you know what? Forget it. Let me go back. I'll just read the comments. We don't have to do all that. I have to fix that anyway. The way you described that fragrance, it sounds amazing. Thanks, Cheryl. I hope you enjoyed it. I mean, I think it's some really beautiful, well done. I need the Chris Collins Lust B-Day next month. Jason, let me know. I would love to sell it to you. I think it's absolutely beautiful. You will not be disappointed. I have a feeling you're going to be very impressed. It is insane. Better than Dulce Diablo as a gourmand? Ooh, that's tough. But yeah, like, I think Lust is the gourmand of the moment. This is 2024 and 2025's gourmand must try, must have. Lust is the gourmand of the moment, in my opinion. You cannot deny the beauty of this perfume when you smell it. Even if it's not a scent you can even if it's not a scent for you, you know it's special when you smell it. It's just undeniable. I'm great, Ben. I hope you're well. Oh, you smell Patchouli Paris and you liked it. Nice. I'm glad you appreciated it. The longevity of the Balmain are very, very beautiful. People are saying they don't have good longevity or sillage. I have no idea what they're talking about. In my opinion, anything that gets above 5-6 hours is a decent performance. Most of these fragrances are doing well above that, to be honest. I found that most of them got to the 6 to 7 hour mark on my skin, and I tried them all individually. These two are not loud. This is probably the strongest of the two in terms of projection, but this one is very, very like skin scent forward. If you're a person that likes dark perfumes, but you're afraid to wear them because they come across too much, bronze might be your scent, because it is very well done, but also kind of like relaxed. It's not over the top. But this, oof, this is some sexy stuff right here. Both are insane. If you love tobacco, get your nose on them. I agree. Yeah, 5 to 6 hours to me is a very, very, to me, 5 to 6 hours is like the perfect time period to when you basically would only how many experiences or events do you do that are longer than 5 or 6 hours? If you need it for a work scent, first of all, I wouldn't suggest. Well, actually, I wouldn't suggest a lot of the Balmain fragrances as your work scent. You could probably get away with wearing bronze at work. You could definitely get away with wearing a couple of their other options like Ifroy. You can get away with wearing Carbon at work. But a lot of their perfumes are very, very interesting and unique and not, I guess you could say, commercial. So I wouldn't probably wear a lot of their fragrances to work. So I wouldn't need a 10-hour, 8-hour fragrances to last me through a work day. I just feel like these are, but they are very long lasting. Please know that. I definitely would suggest trying it on your skin. A lot of people, their noses are broken these days, but yet they are very, a lot of people know it all, but know nothing. I'm gonna just put it like that. So yeah. I meet a lot of people like that every single day. Every day I meet someone who is very, very knowledgeable, but not very knowledgeable. And I have to kind of like, yeah, okay, yeah, your nose knows best. That's what I always do. I'm like, yeah, your nose knows best. No one can tell you what you're smelling is not what you're smelling. Even though in my mind, I'm like, what the hell are they smelling? Oh no, the Killian event was absolutely amazing. I'm so annoyed that I'm missing it. You could see that, right? That ambulance is trying to get down Fifth Avenue and is having a hard time. But yeah, it is nice to have a fragrance go on for 12 hours. But honestly, there we go. Look at them, trying to get through all that traffic. Come on, you can do it. I hope that person, whoever they are okay. Anyway, God bless them. Uh, yeah, I agree. Truth is, let me broadcast what you shared. Truth is that it's nice to have a fragrance that goes 12 hours, but having a 5 to 7 hour fragrance allows you to wear a day and evening scent without inadvertently layering. Agreed. I appreciate that comment 100%. I am someone who loves to wear a fragrance in the day and the evening, and some fragrances don't transition well from day to night. So I like fragrances that allow me to shift and add something else without being aggressive or overlapping. And so, yeah, I appreciate your comment and 100% agree with you. And yeah, guys, I am so grateful for your time. I have to get out of here because they're closing the store and I can tell I'm gonna be locked in here. But anyway, I want to let you all know I'm really grateful for your time. I will definitely be back probably before the week's over because there's so many amazing fragrances I wanted to talk to you all about. And last week I couldn't really talk about perfume because we had this crazy event in the store. Again, Bergdorf doesn't use the word sale or discount ever because it's a bougie, 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 bougie place. And words like that don't work well in bougie places. However, every so often we have an event called Rewarding Beauty. And Rewarding Beauty is an excellent time to get your fragrances without paying retail. So I'll let you know when the next one happens. It will be in the first week of December and way more advantageous time to purchase your fragrances than even our last event last week. So I will let you all know, keep you all abreast of that. It was a pleasure. Thank you all so much for joining my live of some of the best new fragrances. I kind of cheated because instead of talking about 10, I talked about like 11, but that's because I just like these so much. I couldn't choose which one I like more. They're really, really on point. Balmain, right? What is going on? Insane. Anyway, guys, thank you so much again. I'm the Saint God of Layton, and this, well, I'm a Layton, the Saint God, and this is Simply Put Sense. And it is my absolute pleasure, guys. It was a pleasure. I'm going to see you all, and I'm simply OUT. Peace. So bougie and so classy. Absolutely, CJ. Have a great one, guys. Let me know if you'd ever like to come to BG. I'd love to show you around. Take care. See you in a couple of days. Peace.